Hello everyone.
Hello, welcome to K&E RV TV.
So normally we take you to some place new, show you around, take you somewhere fun to eat. But today we are showing you the not so glamorous side of full-time RV life.
Chores.
Yep, today's gonna be our chores video. You can just hang out with us and see, you know, what our day of chores is like, full-time living.
Come spend a typical day in the full-time RV life with us.
You ready?
Let's go.
Let's go do it. You can tell we're not excited.
Nah.
We are Kim and Aaron, and this is Zach and Cody. We are best friends living and traveling full-time in our renovated RV, Lucy. We have been on the road since October 2020, so please subscribe to join in on all the fun.
RV TV. K&E RV TV. Sing it with us.
RV TV. Alrighty, so right now we're gonna change our air filter. That's something we have to do quite often, especially with the 2 dogs in the RV, small space, a lot of dog hair. So we actually got a 6-pack of these filters on Amazon. We will link all the products we're using for today's chore video in the description below. So in case you wanna purchase anything that we're using, that'll be there for you. So here is our AC. Gonna pop it out here, pull it down, you can see. It's pretty gross.
Yep, time to change that bad boy.
So once you take your filter out to change it, make sure you dust off your cover because there's always some little dusty particles stuck in there. You want the air to be able to get through nicely. So set that on like that. It's got little cutouts already for you, makes it pretty easy. And then we're gonna pop it back in. Make sure you turn your AC off before you do any of these filter changings or cleaning or anything like that.
Yay!
So after we finish each chore, we make sure we write it down on our little calendar here. You think you're gonna remember last time you did something, but you're not. So we always mark it down so we know how long it's been. So today we're writing down filter. So we know we changed the air filter today. So we gotta make sure we do it at least, you know, a month from now, at least. All right, so since we do live in a motorhome and we're usually parked somewhere at least a month, we have to start the engine every so often just to get all the fluids running through, you know, to make sure Lucy's battery doesn't die, so we're ready to go to our next spot. Now, a safety measure that comes with our RV is we do have an automatic step that comes in and out. Whenever you start the RV, it will automatically pull the step back in just as a safety measure so you're not driving around with your step out. So it's kind of a pain in the butt for us because we do have our whole step set up here mostly to help the dogs feel more comfortable getting up and down. So it's kind of a pain in the butt that we have to take this apart every time we have to start the RV. But I'm going to show you what we do. Okay, my first step is this little yoga square mat that we have back here to hide this gap. So I have to push that all the way down.
We put that there for the dogs because they can see through that gap and they get scared of the steps.
Yeah, it makes them feel a little more comfortable going up.
Yeah.
This is our little adjustable step. We love this. It changes heights and everything. We have a link for that on Amazon.
As well as these stabilizers
yes,
that we
these are
bought.
probably our favorite thing because getting it in and out of the RV, when you're stepping on the step, you can definitely feel a bounce. So we got these stabilizers that keep the step from wobbling, keep the RV from wobbling as much, and the dogs also too feel more secure.
Yep.
So basically they're not attached to the step. They tighten or loose based on turning clockwise or counterclockwise.
Whatever height you need.
Yeah, so these in this case go counterclockwise to shorten them. And once you get it short enough,
It pulls out just like that.
And I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other one. All right, so now that we broke down our step situation, I'm gonna head to my closet and start Lucy up. And there you have it.
Yay!
So we usually let it run.
The dogs always think we're going somewhere when we start it
so
up.
excited. But we usually let it run about 5 minutes just to let everything everything flowing through, make sure we're clearing out the exhaust, and yeah. And with all of our chores, we always keep account of the day that we do everything so we know how long it's been since the last time. We just make our little mark. So today, RV. And that way we know that we started the RV today, so we try to make sure to do that at least once a week.
Yep.
So right above our fridge is our gauges panel, right here. And we see our propane, our freshwater tank, our holding tank, which is the black tank. That's where everything from the toilet goes. Then we have our gray holding tank. That's all the water from the sink and the showers. And there's a little test switch here. You hold that down, it lets you know where all your levels are at. That's our gas. We're hooked up to city water right now, so we don't have the fresh tank full. Our black tank is full. We knew that already. That's our chore list, part of our chore list today. And we always make sure that the gray tank is full before we dump the black tank. Are you ready to do this? We're gonna take a dump. I mean, we're gonna
Dump the tank?
dump the tank. It's my favorite. It's my favorite.
Alrighty. So it's been about 5 minutes or so, and
We're all
we
done.
turned her off.
We finished the chore.
No, you gotta put the steps back together.
crap. We almost finished the chore.
This is the beautiful view we have going on tonight in the Great Smoky Mountains.
Not as beautiful as the view over here. That's for sure. Alright, welcome to our next chore. We are dumping the black tank. Now, what we told you inside when we were looking at the gauges is we always make sure that our gray tank is full before we dump the black tank, and this is the reason why. Over here on this side is the lever for the black tank. Here is the lever for the gray tank, and then everything comes out of here. Now what you want to do is we dump probably around every 4 days. That's about our time frame. And when we know we're getting close to it, we normally keep the gray tank open all the time, so that way all the sink water, the shower water just runs right out. But before we dump, we close it so that way it fills up with all that water, so when you're finished dumping out the black tank side, you can finish it off with the gray tank water so it rinses out any of the remnants or leftover yuck in the hose.
Gets all the yucky out of the hose.
Yeah, we just want to try to keep things as clean as possible, so to reduce any kind of odor you have in your RV, which luckily we haven't had any problems yet. I know other RVers do, so we've been very lucky. So our system works, so we're gonna keep doing it.
And number 1 rule is gloves.
These bad boys, you know, even though it's your own funk, you don't want it. You don't want it.
No.
Okay, so we have our gray tank closed, full of water, and now we're gonna open the black tank. One thing we did want to mention is we do have these clear connectors coming out of the black and gray tanks and down into the sewer, so you can see everything. You know, once it's cleared out, you know that you're done.
Yeah. You want to be able to see what's coming out, so you can see when it's coming out clear.
Exactly. And we also have our stinky slinky, which actually holds our hose up off the ground and gets it at a good angle to flow everything right out.
Yeah, every RV park is different with the slant and everything like that, so it's good to have a good even flow going all the way down.
And some RV parks require you to have one.
Yeah.
So just an FYI, it's probably something good to have in general anyway.
Let her rip. There she goes.
There she blows.
It's all coming out. We also keep this weight on top of the other end to keep it from like popping out of the ground or anything. We don't want to have no accidents.
So we always keep the black tank open for a while before we finish everything off, because we want to make sure all of the water and the leftovers come out as much as possible, and then we come inside while the black tank's still open, get a couple of these are our special black tank jugs, we call them. I fill them with water, about 3 of these, and they go down the toilet to kind of help flush everything else that's left on the bottom of the black tank. And we always do that again just to help with any odor. You know, we want to keep it as clean as we can.
We do this 3 times.
Yes. Alright, so we are back outside. I know you've seen us in and out, and normally Kim and I will tag team this, so she'll knock when she's ready for me to dump the water or stuff like that. So, but today I'm, you know, the one-man show because Kim is filming everything for us. Good job,
Yay.
Kim. Go, Kim.
So,
alright, so we dumped out those couple tubs of, the 3 tubs of water back down the black tank, so it's pretty much kind of where we want it at. So I'm going to close that back up.
close it up.
We do keep our black tank closed
All
the
the
time because we did some research and found out that a poop pyramid can build. Pretty gross. If you leave it open, because there's not enough liquid staying in there to break everything down, so it'll just build up. So we do keep our closed until we're full, and we're done. Alright, so now that I have this closed, we have our gray tank full, and I'm gonna open this bad boy up and let that run. and that's gonna clear any of the leftover.
So that's all the clean, dirty water.
Yeah,
now
sink and
rinsing
shower
out
water.
the rest of the hose.
Rinse it all out, and then that's it. Because like I said, we do leave our
Great tank open.
Yay, another chore down.
Yay.
Oops, we're back inside. I messed up. There's still one more part of our dumping chore.
Very important part.
Yes. So now that the tank is empty, you don't have to zoom in on that, but we're adding a couple more things of water now that it's closed, just to, you know, have a base for everything that's going to go into the tank. It kind of helps break everything down and helps.
Yeah, you want to have a lot of water.
Yeah.
So you have no issues.
So we have these little pods, and we drop these in every time after we dump. So what I'm going to do is take my second bucket and just fill the toilet bowl with that. And I'm going to take a little pod, drop it in, let it dissolve a little bit before I open it up and let it down into the tank. And we also have another treatment that I do monthly. And this is a liquid bottle that you add a gallon of water to the tank and then just dump this bad boy in. And that really helps.
Deodorizer.
Yeah, especially when I notice if it starts getting a little more smelly than usual, that's when I'll use one of these. But for the most part, the little pods work great. And even if you're wearing gloves, always wash your hands when you're done with the toilet. Back to the calendar. So we keep track, and whenever we do the tank, we write poop. So we know the last time we dumped. So just for your information. So our next chore should be considered an Olympic sport, right? Like,
yes.
That's for sure. It's changing our sheets. Now for me, my bed's up here, so taking my sheet off isn't that horrible. I just kind of pull it off. But putting it back on after we wash them is gonna be the fun part for y'all.
Okay, now we're here in my bedroom. I have a large queen size bed that I replaced the RV mattress that came with it with this queen size mattress, so it's a little bigger. It's hard to get into these corners over here when we're taking it off and putting it back on, but we'll show you how we do it. The taking it off is not that hard, but the putting it back on is where it's difficult.
Oh yeah. And not to mention too, this side of the bed is very narrow, so it's very hard to get. I can have a hard time getting over there.
And we use that as storage, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna remove all of that stuff. When I put the sheet back on, you will see.
Exactly. There's always rearranging in a tiny home living. Since we're gonna wash our bedding and sheets, we're also gonna wash our covers. So I just want to show you us taking them off, so you can see what we're hiding under here. These are cool. We got these on Amazon. The one for the couch as well. I already took that one off.
We already took this one off.
Yeah. But it's very easy slip cover. Goes right on. This is the chair that is hiding underneath that.
$20 Goodwill find.
Yeah. So we're gonna pop these in the wash as well.
Off to the laundry room, and it's raining.
Are we in Florida or what?
I'd rather it rain on days that we're doing chores instead of when we're out doing something fun, though.
That's very true. Alright, we loaded up 2 washers. Luckily here you can pay with a card, so you don't have to have change.
Yeah, they got a card machine, and it's $2.50 per wash. So that's another expense you need to keep in mind when you're living in an RV.
Absolutely.
I mean, the big fancy ones have washer and dryers, but the majority of them do not.
So whenever we're doing laundry in a, you know, what do you call this, a community laundry room?
Yeah.
We always set a timer for how long it's going to take for the washer and the dryer, because we don't want to have our clothes holding these machines hostage when other people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that need to be able to use them.
Yeah, so you have to definitely be considerate. Don't leave your clothes in there all day.
When we do chores, this is what the babies do. Nice, relax, and sleep.
They don't do nothing. They're lazy.
Y'all need to get a job.
Something.
Alright, putting the card in, and these washers are $2.50 per load to dry. Alright, we set that timer again, and on to the next chore. Alrighty, so another one of our chores is picking up any packages or mail that we receive here at our RV park.
Mailbox.
Here's our
See if we got
mailbox.
anything? Oh, we do.
Yay!
Yay, Daddy, you finally came.
Yay! They lay all the packages out and write your name on them so you know
Cindy
which
always
is
writes
yours.
my name. She's amazing. I didn't get a smiley face this time.
Can I get the door for you?
Do it.
Ooh, you don't need no one.
So since we are living in our RV full time, we have a small freezer and there's not a lot of airflow, so it will tend to frost up like this. I don't know if you can see it in the back, but almost the entire back wall is covered in ice. So another chore we get to do is defrosting the freezer.
This is not something we do all the time, but
Yeah,
every few months.
Exactly. It's about probably like every 3 months around there. So we're just taking everything out of it right now. Gonna try to get as much ice out, and then I'm gonna get my trusty hair dryer out, and that's how we're gonna do it. Ow.
Swag your head.
Yeah.
So here's a better look now that it's empty. It's all caked with ice back here. Look at that. So we're gonna use the hair dryer and get it all out of there and make it beautiful again.
Have my weapon of choice. I put a towel down, and I'm just gonna heat it up on low and just try to get some of these chunks off.
Yeah, there's no drainage for the freezer, so all the water just sits in there, so you gotta
Absorb it all.
Yep.
It's a process. It's gonna take a while. We won't bore you, but it'll give you the start. So we just heated it with the blow dryer for a little bit, and now I've got my other trusty tool, my wooden spatula, and we're just scraping all these chunks off of the back. You gotta use some elbow grease. And as you can see, I'm flinging ice everywhere, but I'm trying my best to keep it inside. So we removed the black plate now that I've scraped most everything off. And now I'm trying to take my towel and scoop up as much of the ice as I can. It's gonna be messy. And drop it in the sink.
This is fun.
So fun.
Don't mind our dirty dishes. That's our next chore.
Yep.
All clean?
All done.
Well, it took a couple minutes. Not too bad, and that looks beautiful.
Now that we're getting better at it, it only usually takes me about half an hour, but I'm getting better.
Okay guys, Erin went outside to shake out the ice towels, and I made this snowball out of the ice from the freezer. I'm gonna get her. Shh, be quiet, be quiet, be very quiet. Did that hurt? I'm sorry.
It scared me. I didn't even hear you. So, snowball fight?
No, 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 no.
In the doorway.
Don't do it.
Woo!
Next chore.
Now we're emptying our dehumidifiers. Now, dehumidifiers are important in an RV, especially when you're living full time, because there's a lot of moisture built up, and water is not good for an RV.
Yes.
So especially in the kitchen, we have one because of all the cooking. I try to always have a window open when I'm cooking as well, but this just definitely comes out. It'll change the color bright red when you know, so it lets you know that it's full. But I'm almost halfway, so we're gonna empty it today just to show you how we do it. Turn it off. Pull your tray out. There's a little lid on the
This
top.
keeps you from getting any mold inside your RV.
And we just dump it right down the drain. Close it back up. Pop it back in and turn it back out.
That was the easiest chore yet.
And the same thing you do to the one in Kim's room as well.
Yep.
Okay, so in an RV kitchen, you don't have a ton of space, especially for drying dishes and things like that. Our kitchen isn't huge. I mean, our sink isn't huge either, but we do have two sides. So usually I fill up one side with hot water and some dish soap. This is a savior in an RV. It's a newer item, and this stuff is amazing. You can spray all your dishes down before you wash them. It makes it so much easier. All the grime comes off quicker, and it's better for when you're in an RV, you don't have a lot of space or, you know, pressure. So we also have our Scrub Mommy. I love this thing. I had a Scrub Daddy for a while, and then they came out with the Scrub Mommy, which has the soft normal sponge side and then the scoring side. Also, this helps to get those dishes clean quick.
Yep. So
normally after I wash and rinse my dishes, we set them right here on our little drying mat. My grandma actually got this for us. It's Mickey Mouse, super cute. And when we're not using it or after we're done with the dishes, we hang it right here on the fridge so it dries off and it doesn't take up a lot of space. I know a lot of people, we've noticed in RVs, tend to have the collapsible drying racks or things like that. But this just works way better for us and takes up like virtually no space. So we love it. And we love our kitchen faucet that we got for the RV. As you can see, I can move it around. Makes it much easier for having such a small sink. Like, I love it.
the rain just started. Can you hear it? Back to the laundry room. Time to fold. Also in this laundry room they have a nice table for us to fold.
Very nice. That's right.
Let's do it. I got the blankies. Everything's clean.
Cool.
The pool.
We haven't checked it out yet.
It's raining. Time to put my clean sheet on my bed.
Ready for some gymnastics?
So in order to get this out, I have to like lift up the bed and then put my knee underneath it. Just like that.
Burning those calories.
Okay.
Done with that side?
This side done.
All right, next side.
I'm breathing hard already.
Made
Now
it to
for
the
this
other side.
All right, now I gotta get my knee under it again.
Normally I would assist in this situation, but I'm filming, so.
She's lying.
You never helped me make my bed. You can do it. You can do it. I don't know if you can tell we like Mickey Mouse a little bit. Just a little bit. Right?
Okay. Run.
Ta-da! Wasn't too bad. Only took you about a minute.
Whew.
Beautiful.
It didn't take long for the dogs to come dirty up my clean sheets.
It's like they know as soon as these sheets are clean, they're on it, right? Mecca? Yeah, you like those clean sheets. You like, oh Cody, goodness, you're already relaxing. Yeah, look at that handsome boy.
Oh, good
You're the
boy.
sweet one.
You're sweet.
Yeah. Who couldn't love that face?
Aaron's turn.
Yes, mine includes a little more acrobatics because my bed is up here in the cave. So I do have to use my ladder to help me out. Let's see how this goes. Now it's time to put the couch cover back on. It's a little bit of a sport on its own. We won't bore you with showing you that.
So on top of our couch we have this, what's it called?
It's a pillow top mattress topper for actually a twin size mattress, but it fits great on our jackknife sofa that's not the most comfortable.
Nope.
So we got this for 20 bucks to just give it a little more
Comfort.
yeah, a little more something.
Time for vacuuming. With the dogs, we get a lot of dog hair, so we have to vacuum and sweep all the time.
Now I'm going to show you how I mop the floor. The good and bad thing about living small in an RV is that it can get very cluttered and very messy very easily. But it's also pretty easy to clean it up quick too because it's such a small space. So I'm going to show you how I mop. I use Clorox wipes. You get probably like 2. Bada bing.
This is how big our floor is.
Bada boom. And then I just start on one end and work my way.
So we don't need a mop or anything like that.
We had a mop and it was like so not worth it getting it so wet for such a tiny little area. So this is how we do it.
Yay!
Woo. We finished all the chores!
Yay!
Go team.
Bye-bye.
We did it.
We have a clean place.
We do. Lucy's a happy girl. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I know it wasn't the most exciting video, but you know, an RV can get cluttered and messy real quick, but you can clean it up real quick.
Yep, so we just wanted to give you a little glimpse into our everyday full-time RV life.
Yes, ma'am. So I hope you enjoyed it. Kim's gonna go ahead and give you a look around the RV now so you can see how beautiful Lucy looks after all of our hard work.
Here's our beautiful clean place, our nice clean chair covers, couch covers, Aaron's clean bed sheets and blanket, clean kitchen, clean floors,
Clean freezer.
clean freezer, and my clean bedroom. Yay!
That's the start of the show over there. Thanks again for hanging out with us today. We really enjoyed bringing you guys along on our long chore list. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave us a comment of any of your tips or hacks for cleaning or organizing. We'd really appreciate it. We love learning new things. And have a wonderful night.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye!